Hello, lovely people of YouTube. In the background, you can see our last project. It's an iron farm. Today, we are going to be building a skeleton farm. So let's get right into that, because it's going to be a doozy. And I, of course, oh, he's going to his doom. Let's see, can we see it? Can we catch it? Ah! There he goes. Wait for it. Yep, there it is. Oh, kitties are escaping. That's okay. That's why we put the water in the bottom, so the kitties can live. We're going to call this Kitty Island. And Josh, you know who you are. This is exactly why you don't let your cats run around. They kill the rabbits. I already yelled at you. He's one of my friends. But yeah, don't let your indoor cat run around because they decimate outdoor populations. That's my Bob Barker version of, you know, spay and neuter your pets. Anyways, I feel we're getting off the rails or whatever it's called. I don't know. So let's get over here. Let's go down into our mine, and we are actually going to dig to the spawners. You know why? Because we are short on both stone and grimstone. I mean deep slate. Oh yeah, they gave it that name. Anyhow, so let's get some tools and let's get down into the mines. I did beforehand look up on Chunkbase those two skeleton spawners I mentioned in the last video. Ooh, that looks ominous from this angle. Anyways, so we're gonna go right to them, dig to them. It's gonna take forever, but hey, you know what? We have unlimited iron now, so we can do it all with iron tools, and that is a beautiful thing. Ooh, good transition. Nobody commented. They don't want to name him. The boy needs a name. Anyways, let's watch this sunset because it's just so phenomenal. Remember, this is why we call it Paradise Survival. So, once that sun sets, I'm going to make... Oh, I am going to call CPS.
Good morning, CPS. How can I help you?
Hello, yes, I'd like to report a child looking at me menacingly with blue-green skin. I think he's sick.
Oh, well, he's a lost cause. You might as well take him out. Thank you for calling CPS. You have a wonderful day.
Because we have a child. Anyways, beautiful sunset. The drowns are starting to come, so let's go down into the mines. It seemed a little bit safer down there, ironically. All right, we gotta get 11,545. So let's get rocking and rolling.
Some people say a man is made out of mud.
Actually gonna drop it down too because it is -1. So now we are at the correct Z coordinate, Y coordinate, my bad. Now let's get the 545. And we are at 11,545, -1. Now we just need to make it to 1,705. So which way is going down? Nope, not that way. Let's block that back up. So this way, we go straight ahead, X amount of 300 some blocks, 600 some blocks. We are going to run into that skeleton spawner. We got plenty of torches. Let's eat some earth. Alright, we are getting in the hot zone. That means skeletons are going to start to spawn, and my biggest fear is if they try to shoot me and a creeper gets between us, that's going to be the end of that spawner. So we need to carefully get there. So once we see the cobblestone, what we're going to do is break it, place a torch, and run. There's the cobble. Okay. There's that, and goodbye. You're all gonna despawn now. We're gonna run until you despawn. That should be far enough away, right? Let's go 100. 2, 3, 4, 5. 100 blocks away. They should be despawned. Cross our fingers. They should not spawn because I got a torch on there. I think it's a good room. And we are sealed. Somewhat. Good enough. Alright, let's torch this baby up. What weird generation for those chests. And is this... This don't seem right. It isn't. This is a weird spawner. I don't think... Unless they changed the generation. I don't know. It seems really small. Anyways, alright. Let's see. Anything good? Ooh, looting. We like that. Let's take the goodies and we'll head back to the house, unload everything. Yeah, beef jerky. Golden apple. Ah, it's not a notch apple though. Whatever. Pumpkin seeds, that's a new one. Okay. Alright. I don't know why I did that when I'm just gonna, break the chest, but, whatever. Now that we're back at the first spawner, figure out which way we need to go. Is it this way? No, it's this way. Yeah. Okay. Now let's dig on down to the other one and we'll blink right to it.
Hey, buongiorno, everybody!
Oh, a lush cave, too. Wow. Alright, let's see. Am I breaking my rule about going in without clearing it? I think we're alright. Found a lush cave, too. That's a huge bonus. Get it lit up so we don't get any unwanted spawns. Beautiful lush cave. Cool. Natural lighting, got the spore. I love those in a world. They just add nice particle effects. Alright. Now we got her all lit up, looking good. Let's see what we got. What'd we get? Not bad. That one ain't bad. And golden apple. Golden enchanted apple, notch apple. No. But fire aspect, yeah. Dookie. Okay, now comes the complicated part. How exactly do we tie these two together? Oh, it's gonna take some thinking. Alright, you know what? We'll make this easier. Let's dig the spawners out completely around them and then see if they interlock in any way. I think we're going to have a problem trying to activate both of them at once. We might have to figure something out with a chunk loader or something like that, but we should be able to figure it out. In the meantime, let's get this all dug out. Doke. Now all we have to do is dig down 4. And that is 4 blocks down, 4 blocks from the wall, and 4 blocks above. This is a dugout room for this spawner. Next we need to figure out how we're going to connect it. I don't have a bucket, do I? But I can make one. And I know there's water on the way back as opposed to going all the way back home. So let's go do that. And we need 2 buckets of it so we can make an infinite water source. Nope. Alright. Infinite water. Here we are. Thank goodness. Alright. Now let's flood this. And now tell me how far I need to go before I do the drop trough. And we're gonna need more We're gonna need to do a whole line of water. Oh. Okay. So the trough is gonna go right here, and then we're gonna funnel him somewhere into a kill area. Okay, that's just going to directly push them. And they can't really jump up because they're just going to get pushed right back in. So we have the drop system. Now let's go dig the other one out and see if we can connect them somehow. Let's get digging. Okay, we are officially dug out, just like the other one. We'll make that wall. I'll just mark these coordinates down, take a picture of it with my phone, and then we will dig to this coordinate and see if I could get both of them to light up. Hopefully. If not, we're going to have to do some funky stuff to get both of them to work. I'm trying to make it to where I can see the spawner, where I'm going. Put that torch on that side. This might be harder than I thought to see both of them. It's gonna take a lot of trial and error and digging out, I think, to actually physically see the two spawners. Still going. That'd be awesome if... Watch her like 2 blocks apart. That would suck so bad. Of course, it's going to be 10 blocks away, duh. Yep, right there's the torch, I think. Yep, okay. So that one... Dude, come on! That is ridiculous how close that is. Whatever. Alright, we got a plan though. We're going to get on a minecart. And anything... from this point inward should activate that spawner then. So we're going to get creative here. Make sure we hit that spawn requirement. So I'm going to dig it out and design a track. And I'm going to go dig all the metal up and everything to get the track pieces. There's plenty of stuff on the way back. So I'm going to do some research also and see how long you have to be in range of a spawner to get it to activate. So I'll be back. 16 block radius. And once active, it attempts. So instantly, I guess. Alright, let's go back and make some rails. Oh no, it's dark and I haven't slept in a long time. Run to the bed. Phantoms! Hey, none spawned. I guess I was quick enough. Alright, now we're back up top. Let's gather all the golds, get a couple stacks of iron, and go back down. Nope, don't eat the pufferfish. Can I help you? Sir. Thanks for the trident, nerd. I think the next episode, we need a food source. I was going to say nether, but we're going to need a food source. The boy's constantly having to go find fish. That's not very efficient. Efficient. Fish. Yeah, okay. English is weird. Let's get cooking some glass. I put it down here. Yep. Lava. And stack of that. Alright. We got that cooking. I believe we could actually get this skeleton spawner cooking. Technically, we don't need the glass to get it going. We do need to block that off, though, so we don't get hit. So let's break these. We're getting into the danger zone now. I'll leave those very last. I'm gonna block that off so I can run over it and then break it. I think the hardest one's gonna be the top, isn't it? Yep. Boom. We might start seeing them, so be prepared. Be prepared. Nah, we got one on there. Alright. So, break and run. Go, go, go. Break that. Alright, you guys can't get me. You can shoot me, but not very nice. Oh shit, yep, they can shoot me. They can hit me. Alright, let's roll down there and go to the other spawner and see if they're doing the droppy thing like they're supposed to. Hello? What'd I do? Well, seeing as there's, arrows and stuff, it might be a little too low. So let's go back up and see. Because this is going to be the collection chamber for this area. Well, let's ride this up. Why not? Let's ride it and see if any actually spawn. If not, we're going to have to wrap this around. Nah, it's not long enough, is it? That's alright, we got track. Alright, so we're going to have to wrap that all the way around. What I'm doing now is I'm extending the loop, so I'm engaging with the spawner more. Because apparently that little loop I have there is not long enough to activate the spawner and get them to do their thing. Alright, we're at the back of it. So hopefully this is long enough, a long enough loop now. Yeah, I can see the spawner there. You see it there. Alright. Let's see how we're doing on glass now. We're doing pretty good. Let's top that off. Go get the amethyst shards and get making glass. Tinted. One of the very few times I've ever used it. It was very expensive to make. So this is where I ended up. I'm going to wrap the rail around here. It's going to go through here. You'll be able to look up, see that it's running. Awesome. We're going to do the same around the front. So I'm just going to knock that out real quick. And we can always add more. Looks like that was preventing spawns, actually. Boom. Wrap us around. Alright, that room is completely dark. It is cooking now. Tinted glass, definitely the way to go. Really sucks we can't activate both at once. That would have been awesome. That's alright. We will elongate the rail until it works. So let's go back up, ride the rail around, and see if I can get it to activate. So what I think we're going to do this episode, the reason I'm planning it the way I am, is we have to raise these skeletons off this floor 23 blocks and then drop them to get them one hit. The problem is we do not have soul sand. to be able to build a bubble column elevator to bring them up and then drop them. So, the next episode, my plan is to get a farm built so I don't ever have to worry about food again. Because that was a real pain in this episode, just constantly having to go back for food and using glowberries. So we're going to make a pretty cool farm next episode. I'm going to play with some ideas in my head until next time I start recording, and you'll see that. And then after that, though, we got food, we got iron, we got gold. I think we're ready to go to the Nether after we get a food figured out. So next episode, farm. After that,
Nether.
But we're not done here quite yet. We're going to do a test and see if we can get them to spawn by using our track. And it'd be nice if it goes nice and slow through here. Activated. So I rode this up. I'm going to ride it a couple times and see if we can get skeletons to spawn. Okay, we're going to go down to the bottom and see how many did. So that was 2 loops. How many times did we get them to spawn? I think we're messing with activation, and that's going to get them really cooking. They should be dropping by now. Okay, they are not. I can't even tell the spawner's active. We need to get more tinted glass. Probably need to slow this down too so that it's just a creep along there. Alright, we're going to let that minecart go down there. And I am going to pull a couple of these tracks and try to tune this to where it just creeps along there, barely able to make it back down there. I say we go down there, kill everything that is there, and see if I got it tuned yet. That thing cooks, though. I will say that. If this thing actually works the way I intend to, it's going to be way overpowered. Alright. So let's ride it up and see what happens. I'm going to ride it for like 3 revolutions. Let's see. Yep, we are creeping along. That is what we want. Give that a chance for them to spawn. Perfect, I saw a spawn. That's exactly what we want. So let's do it again and see how many we can get. Creeping along, slowing down. I need more tinted glass so I can see. I don't think we got a spawn that time. Okay, we stopped the cart. Good. So let's see, how many did we get? That was a single spawn. We need to go slower if possible. Or longer. It might be what to do. Extend it. Yeah, let's wrap it around a little bit more and add the power back in. So we go 10 blocks that way, loop it around. It should still be active. Okay. Alright, let's add powered rails back in here. Let's add one more and see how this works. It's going to be a lot of playing around to figure this out. So let's go down here, break the cart again when we get down there, yada yada yada. Get back here. You're going to get stuck up there. I just know it. Oh, sunny beaches. Alright, now let's see. Is this thing actually going to pop out some skellies by time I make it all the way back around? Yeah, I think we're going way too slow. Well, we definitely got it. And we made it, actually, so you know what? Let's see. So I'm gonna loop. Yep, it keeps looping. cool. It actually is tuned really good to where it just creeps on down again. Oh, I'm kind of scared to actually build this thing to actually run. We're going to have to do auto sorters and everything to get rid of the junk that is just going to come out of this. Because you're going to have so much armor, so many bows, it's going to be freaking ridiculous. Alright, so pop this. Alright, how well did we do in those 3 laps? Oh my gosh, this is gonna produce so much. That is insane. We're already out of space. Okay. We're in really good shape because, I mean, when I'm smacking them, this is gonna be producing. I think we have figured it out. Honestly, this thing might be long enough to activate this as well. We'll have to see. I need that bubble column elevator. That's all there is to it. We're gonna let it run for... it's 5 minutes. Let's do 5 minutes. I'll speed it up 100%. We'll see what happens. It has been 5 minutes. We're gonna ride this on down to the bottom and see how overpowered this is. Let's see. There's a lot of skellies. For a beginner farm, that is not bad at all. And that's only a half capacity. And I think that's all for this episode of Paradise Survival. We got skeleton spawner going. Wonderful. We got it producing. So, thank you for sticking around to the very end. We're going to improve the skeleton farm a lot better by getting the other one going. But like I said, in the next episode, we're going to build a farm so we don't ever have to worry about food again. And then we're going to go to the Nether and get the missing pieces needed to get both of these farms overpowered and going. And I really hope that I am able to get both of them firing by tuning the track the way I did here. And if you want to see that, make sure to click the subscribe button, the like button, and leave me a comment. We have to name the Bony Boy yet. We have yet to do that. No one suggested a name for the Bony Boy. But that being said, thank you all so much for sticking around to the very end. You guys are the greatest, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.